Let's see. So, why is belief important? Well, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will either. If they can see that you are not confident, they're going to struggle to be confident in you. But, people are going to, let's see, okay. So, when we reach out to people to help them, they want to know that we're confident in what we're doing. And that can be, the coaching aspect, but also the fitness aspect for ourselves. Because others are trusting us to lead them. And if we're not confident in what we're doing, why would they want to join us? They won't know what they're getting is worth it. So we need to be confident in what we're doing and believe in our purpose here as coaches. When times get hard, if you don't believe in yourself, you're going to give up. You need to have that underlying belief. And, I was thinking about this the other day. When I started coaching, I wasn't originally looking for any kind of online work specifically. It's always something I've kind of been curious about, but I've never really looked into it. But once I found this and I decided this was right and I believed in it, there was no way I was going to quit. I think it's just maybe something that's in me. Maybe it's a stubbornness. Maybe it's an unwillingness to admit defeat. There's just no way that I could start this and stop and admit failure. I just can't. And you need to have that belief that you're going to do this. And maybe you won't do it in the time frame that you hoped, but the only way to get there is to try and to keep going. So to reach a goal, you have to know that you will get there. Like, I know I'm going to get to 5-star. I'm working hard every day, and it may not happen at the month I want it to happen, but it's going to happen. It will, because I'm not going to give up. And that's the only way that I'm going to get there, is by not giving up. So I liked this quote, believe in yourself and you'll be unstoppable. It's so true. My kids love Monsters University, and they'll be watching it in the car and I'll be listening to it. And it just makes me laugh because I feel like a lot of things now I relate to this journey with Beachbody, just because it's the life I live. And it's just funny that, the little green monster, Mike Wazowski, always wanted to be a scare. And everybody told him, you cannot be a scare. You're not scary. But he believed in himself so much, and he believed that he was going to get there. And he got defeated, and he got knocked down, and everyone told him he couldn't. But he kept going. And you know what? He ended up working at Monsters, Inc. at the end of the movie. And I know this is a silly analogy, but I can't help but equate it to what we're doing, because we have to know that we will get there. And we will get there. So, how do we increase our confidence if we don't have that confidence? Number one, you have to do personal development. There is no substitute for it. You cannot just generate this confidence if you're not pouring into yourself. You have to grow yourself, and you have to do it every day, because life is hard every day, and we need that positive fuel in our mind every day. Just doing things will create belief in yourself. I know sometimes we may have a task that we're not looking forward to doing, and we build it up in our head so much harder than it really is. And all we need to do is just take that step and do it, and we'll realize it wasn't that bad. I think I remember Darren Hardy saying, all you need is 20 seconds a day to do something great. You just have to have that 20 seconds to make yourself do it, and you're going to do it. And so 20 seconds of courage, that's what he says. So another thing, fake it till you make it. Tell yourself you're confident. You may not feel confident, but look in the mirror and say, I am confident, or say, I am awesome. Or, things like that, those affirmations, just tell yourself those things. Your brain needs those positive words. When you are struggling, it's going to happen, and that's okay. Admit it and reach out for help. Don't just collapse into yourself and hide. Reach out, because people won't know to help you if you don't ask for it sometimes. So when you're struggling, reach out either to your success partner, your best friend, your upline. Just reach out. And then to increase your confidence, remember why you started and work towards that. Have a greater purpose. It's not just to make yourself feel good. Remember, your purpose is, say, to, like for me, it's to be able to get to a point where my husband can quit his job because he doesn't love it, and to do what he wants to do so that he can find a passion like I have. And that keeps me going on days where I'm like, I don't really feel like doing anything today. But I remember that consistency is so important, and it keeps me going. It gives me a boost of confidence knowing that what I'm doing is really important every day. So when you feel your confidence slipping, we're all going to have times where we feel really great, and then there's going to be times where we just don't. So recognize what is bringing you down. It may be doubts from the past. It may be people around you saying things. Recognize that source and write down the problems that you're having and what it is that those thoughts in your head that are getting you down and making you feel like you're not good enough. Write them down. Then I want you to cross them out and say why you can overcome them. Let's see, for example, you say, I'm not where I want to be physically. Cross it out and say, I am better than I was 6 months ago. Something like that. See how far you've come and focus on the positive. That is so important to stay optimistic. Focus on those positives so that you can overcome those doubts. I like this quote, big shots are only the little shots who keep shooting. You just keep going. You don't give up, because that's the only time you fail is when you give up. Otherwise, it's just another stepping stone towards where you want to be. So like I said, personal development is super duper important for success and confidence. And so I wrote down a few. These are actually from a big list that Corey has in their Rete files for PD, and these are some of the ones that are suggested for mindset and confidence. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't, but they're all great. I am doing Daring Greatly right now, and it's really interesting. She's talking a lot about being vulnerable and real, and I think that that's a lot that can help people believe in you when you share you be real on social media and share not just your workout for the day, but how you're feeling and what this has done for you. People will believe in you when they know that you're real. So be vulnerable. Zig Ziglar is great. I mean, he has a million great quotes that you can find. And this Born to Win is just a really good one to pump you up and make you feel good. And so I would suggest that one. It's a real easy. All of the ones that I have read, I've actually listened to. I do Audible. And it's a really easy listen, that Born to Win. So today, my call for action for you is to start your day with some form of PD every day. I always do the Darren Daily, which if you haven't done that, you have to. It's just a quick 2-3 minutes every morning, something to give you a little boost, something to spur your thoughts, and also it does give you something to do so you can take those steps that he gives you and run with them, because he knows what he's talking about. Pick a small goal and attack it. Something tiny. If you're struggling with confidence in your fitness journey, say, okay, today I'm going to, drink 100 ounces or something like that, and do it. Pick something that you don't consistently already do that you struggle with and say, just for today, I'm going to do it, and be committed. And then at the end of the day, you are going to feel so good you hit that goal, and celebrate it. Celebrate those little goals, because they're worth it and they are a big deal. And then when you see you can hit those smaller goals, set a bigger goal and work at it one step at a time. So when you have those big goals, you need to break it down into pieces that are measurable so that each step that you accomplish, you can see it and feel good about it, recognize it, celebrate it. Whether that be, with your business, say you want to get to diamond. And so don't just say, I want to get to diamond. Say, I want to get to diamond by this date. And then look back. How many coaches do you need to get to diamond by that date? Then divide out, how much time you have. Say it's this many coaches a week or a month or whatever it may be. And you break it down. And then to actually get there, you need to figure out, okay, how am I going to get those coaches? You need to be posting about the business opportunity. You need to be posting about the lifestyle as a coach. Why is this something people would want to do? You have to be talking to people. You have to be inviting people. You have to be thinking about who are those people on your dream team that you're afraid to approach. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Like I said before, doing produces belief in yourself. So, there have been people that I was afraid to approach because I thought they're going to think I'm weird or whatever. Just do it. They're probably watching you and wishing they knew a little bit more about what you're doing. You'll never know until you ask. And the worst you can hear is no. That's another thing. I don't think I mentioned this before, but think about when you have no confidence and you're lacking belief in yourself, what is the worst that could happen? And boil it down to see what you're really afraid of, what's really holding you back. You're not going to die. It's not life or death. You can overcome it. Just, look at what it is that's holding you back and just go straight forward towards it. You'll knock it down. And then look back at what you've accomplished. See how much you've done. See how much you can do. We all have easier months and harder months. And sometimes in the hard months, we get down and we think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. That's not true. Don't listen to those voices in your head because you are. That's why you're here. You're not here by mistake. You're not where you are by mistake. Look back at a time when you had a really great month and remember how you felt. And then also look at what you did. What did you do that month that made it a great month? Do those things again. Like that quote said, little shots are just big shots are just little shots that kept shooting. Keep going, keep doing those things that have got you where you wanted to be in the past, and it'll get you back to feeling confident again. So I hope that has been a boost to your confidence. It's something that I think about often, about how if you just don't believe in yourself and in what we're doing, you're not going to make it. I'm telling you right now. So don't tell yourself, well, I'm not cut out for it. You are. Tell yourself, I can do this. Flip your mindset. Stop those negative voices in your head. They will not help you. They will never get you where you want to go. They will only drag you down. Don't let them. Don't let them